Hello Crafted Shutter watchers, and welcome to another great tutorial here in Resolve, and we're going to go over some tracking in Fusion. And this is a little clip I shot of a couple here in a waterfall at sunrise. Had a great time doing that. So let's jump over to the Fusion tab, and all you have to do is click on the Fusion wand right there, and your clip shows up. Now, this is all new to me, so I'm going to walk you through it slowly because I am learning Fusion the same as you are. I'm just starting off learning nodes, okay? But what I can tell you is this is the beginning of the pipeline and this is the end of the pipeline. These two little things right here say what monitor that the clips will show up in. So you can have your start clip, and you can pick what's showing up in the monitors based on these little tabs right here. You can hit number 1 or number 2 on any time you're in this timeline, and it will show up accordingly, number 1 or number 2. Now what we want to do is add a tracker to this. So I'm going to bring this all the way back to the beginning. And the easiest way, I'm going to give you the easiest thing to start from the beginning. And I hear a lot of misinformation online on how to do things, and it drives me a little bit crazy. But you do not have to hit Shift Command Space Bar. You just have to hit Shift Space Bar. Okay? And that's going to bring up the menu of everything that you can do in Resolve. Now if you have this first one highlighted, in your pipe, the first part of your pipe highlighted, you can just hit tracker, hit return, and it's going to drop a tracker right in there because that's what I had there. So I have a tracker now set up in my pipeline. Okay, now what we need to do is track something. So here's my tracker, and see this little box here in the corner? It kind of highlights as I roll over. It's kind of hard to see, but as I grab it, I can come over here, and I'm going to pick between her arm and the shirt there because there's some nice contrast, okay? Now over here on your controls, I'm keeping this simple just so you can get an idea and gain some confidence in using Fusion to track with. This right here would mean you track forward from the part where your playhead is at, so it won't do the whole thing. It will just track from where you're at. And of course this is going to track the whole clip. Now this is what I'm going to choose right now, so we're going to click on that, and as you can see it builds a little box right here, and you can see that it's working on tracking that object across the screen. Now this is in real time on my computer, and as you can see it is actually not doing too bad as far as time goes. I don't know how fast this is going to be, but it's a matter of a few seconds, and I'm not speeding it up right now because I want you to see how my computer is performing doing this, because this can take up a lot of time on certain computers, and I'm actually pretty pleased. It says okay, so the tracker is done. Now the tracker just tracked the movement, but it does not know to do anything else because that's all that we have here in this timeline, okay? So let's just say we wanted to add some text. And here's the text. Now the funny thing is I don't really need a merge node, so I'm just going to highlight this line, click delete, and I'm just going to show you the text, because a lot of times you will click a box like this and it will just be there and you don't know what to do with it. So we're going to type text, and I'm going to type in here a real man. Nobody scream at me, it was just for fun. A real man. You don't have to be a real man here, it's just plain here. I'm going to throw this so we can actually see the text. See, I clicked on this little button right here so I could see the text right here. Now this little arrow right here is for foreground, and this is for background when you want to attach your text. So we want to attach it to the foreground because we want to be in front of the image, not behind it. So I'm going to grab the end of this and attach it to the foreground. And it still moved it, it just switched it around. So it's still the foreground right here, foreground. So I want the green arrow for foreground, the blue for background, okay? But as you can see over here, I still don't have I still don't have any text. Okay, let's go into our tracker tab because we need to tell it to do something. Okay, so if we click over here, it says operation and we say match move. Okay, now we're going to say, oh, look at that, the text showed up right there, a real man, match move. Okay, so let's move our text around. So we go down and highlight our text window. We can grab this little box, and you don't grab the text because this can get separated. In order to move the text, you grab that little box and the little circle there, and you just pen that right there, and then you just hit space bar, and guess what? You will see that it is pinned to and tracking right across the screen. Okay, so that is all you have to do to learn how to track. And again, the trick was to tell the tracker to go into match move, because if it has none, it doesn't know what to do. So now the tracker says, oh, I need to match move to the text, and then I can plug it there. Now you can go back into the text menu and you can do whatever you want. You know, you can resize this. You can line space. I don't need that for that one. Change the color, you know, whatever you need. And it's just really simple. I mean, all these stuff that you can do with your text, create drop shadows and everything else, you can play with those, but it's really quite deep. I'm not going to go into all of that right now. So that is a simple way of how you can track text or really any object in something on your video. And the key is to find an object that tracks well. And the node based is nothing to be afraid of, because again, you're attaching to the foreground, blue for background, where you can put something if you have certain layers, you want it stuff forward and backward. You can do all kinds of amazing effects. So I hope that you found this useful, and I hope I went slow enough for you that you can keep playing around with it and testing it out and working on different things you can track, because for video editing it is highly useful. Hey, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.